had sent me like 6 months ago, recommending Bill. And I said, oh, I never paid attention to this. And so I wrote Suzanne immediately, I said, tell me about Bill Berry. She said, oh, Tracy will tell you about him, and everybody will tell you how fantastic he is, Harriet Shop. And so as we were talking about Bill, at the exact same moment, I get an email from Tara of Shelby, Teague, and Tara telling me that she's in this contest in Korea, and she will not be here this day, but that Teague and Shelby can do it. Now, do we just want 2 legs?
That's ridiculous.
No, we don't. We want all 3. So I'm thinking, this happened for a reason. It's beshert. Bill should be with us today. A beshert. It's meant to be. A Hebrew word on Yom Kippur. It's fitting. Okay, so yes. So what do we know about Bill? Okay, Shah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where am I? Here I am. Okay. Bill co-wrote and produced the music for the acclaimed ABC comedy Sons and Daughters, and has placed songs in films including Movies, Money, and Murder, starring Martin Mull, Bishert, Fred Miller, hello, I'm sorry, this is crazy. This is what happens here. It always happens, right? Okay. All right. Okay, he is currently writing his fourth stage musical, Monkey Mind, as well as finishing up a new album featuring his original story song. And I hear he's delightful. Please welcome. Go there.
People sometimes ask me why at my age am I still single. While there are a myriad of reasons for this, one reason is my penchant for falling in love with women who are not so easily attainable. Not that they belong to a higher social club or exclusive group, but I tend to fall for women who are distant, not philosophically or psychologically, but topographically. I will meet a woman while on business trip or vacation, and me being in a foreign place will feel a higher sense of self-esteem. Attracted to the opposite sex as an intriguing world traveler, not just some guy from Burbank. My charms, having come out of hibernation, will hypnotize this woman who, possessing all my requirements, single and female, will be transformed into someone who desires me, thus becoming even more desirable to me. Once the initial spark is ignited and I have returned home, I, being a quote-unquote good guy, will continue the phone calls and trips to visit, fully believing that although we are geographically challenged, we are also meant to be. This has happened on more than one occasion. In fact, at last count, more than 5 occasions. Nevertheless, I continue to believe in the fantasy of the long-distance relationship. Always seems to make perfect sense to me at the time. Well, I'm buying all the East Coast styles for you, racking up the frequent fly miles for you, I'm falling like a little baby child for you. My cross-country love, dropping quarters in a well for you, making wishes as they fell for you. 500 extra minutes on my cell for you. My cross-country love, you don't have to play hard to get, she already is. Or RSVP your regrets, I already know. Anytime I'm in line for a jet, I'll try not to forget you're the closest one yet. And I'll be wishing on a star for you, that my heart can reach that far for you, and that there's nobody special where you are, for you. My cross-country love. Ink spots, go. Well, the other girls in my neighborhood, they know who they are. They seem to think I don't have the goods, and that's a matter of opinion. They all want to go Hollywood. Sometimes I think I should stick with bachelorhood, but at it's all gonna be worthwhile for you when I walk down the aisle for you, 'cause I know I'll have gone the extra mile for you, my cross-country love. I'm in love with my cross-country love. Well, things are looking up. I met a girl. She lives in town. Things are getting a little serious. In fact, it's time for me to make the next step. So next week, I'll be moving to New York City. Cause I'm in love with my cross-country love. It's a pleasure to be here today, and thank you, Vicki, for offering me the opportunity to come and play for y'all, and thanks, Suzanne, for sending that email all these many months ago. Years ago, I had an apartment that was big enough to hold a piano. And when you got a piano, you need to keep it tuned, especially when it gets so hot and so cold. I didn't have anyone offhand that would do that. So this happened, and I wrote the song. Thank you for the wind chimes in the back. Nice another level, yes, exactly. As Vicki was so kind to say, I produce and do a show called Songwriters Square. Now, many of you may be familiar with Songwriters in the Round, or a group of songwriters on the stage that performs one after the other. Well, this is a situation, and Tracy has performed at it, Harriet Schock has performed, where we have 4 songwriters face to face to face to face, and then around, it's a theater in the round, and there's different levels of theater, and there's something special about it. We tend to talk and sort of open up. It's not like a performance so much, but more of a quiet little a coffee clutch between 4 writers that everyone's invited to watch, you know? So it's been going very well. It's in Silver Lake. It's the Lyric Hyperion Theater. This month we feature Shauna O'Brien, Paul F. Perry, and Brian Woodbury, who's a wonderful theater writer. Next month we have Debbie Peterson from the Bangles is coming. We've got John Wicks from the Records, and so on. And so it's still just getting started, but it's an exciting thing. Anyway, there's a sign-up sheet back there. I also have some business cards if you have a little party or a film that you need music to, or a television show, or anything like that. I mean, I'm just interested in getting these little story songs. I do a lot of story songs, like you just heard, and that's kind of my bag. So I would love to share that with any and all of you. Yes.
Louie!
Louie Louie is the magic of Louie Louie. I won't be performing that today, but you might be able to hear it at a show coming up October 21st. Or now I also don't have any swag. I was told, well, bring your CDs, sell your CDs at this thing, and it's like I'd love to, but I don't have any handy. So the goal is I am talking with a producer now, and we're getting together, and it's like, how do we want to do it? Just me solo or with a little group? We're trying to figure all that stuff out. But once that's done, I would love to be back in touch, perhaps maybe have another opportunity to come here and share that sort of thing. So we're just doing the best we can with what we've been given, basically. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to finish up now. I really just thanks all of you so much for being such a wonderful audience, and I'm sure it's going to be a great day and afternoon today to hear our reading. I know all of you are writers, or actors, or musicians in your own right, songwriters. And it's tough, isn't it? It's tough. It's not like we're whittling. It's not like you whittle something and you just put it up somewhere and you invite your friends over and they can go see thing you worked on, you got to find a place to play. You got to have an audience to perform in front of. You know, it's really tough. And sometimes I get a little disgruntled, and I look at myself in the mirror and say, "You're nobody. You know, you've never been anybody. You're nobody now." So, in order to stop that negative self-hatred, I wrote a song. So I say this now, instead of that. Put this little bad boy on here. So now I look in the mirror and say, well, you was nobody then, and you're nobody now, but you're gonna be someone someday. Gershwin wasn't nothing till he wrote a good tune. Armstrong wasn't no one till he walked on the moon. You gotta keep on trying till you point it out by the magical finger of fate. You was nobody then, you're nobody now, but tomorrow you'll be somebody great.
So you're nobody now, huh? Well, you were nobody then. Don't mean that it's always that way.
When Marilyn was Norma Jean, she didn't impress. We didn't notice her till they blew air up her dress. You're in the right place, at the right time. You're gonna be glad that you came. You was nobody then, and you're nobody now, but tomorrow we'll all know your name. Well, you was nobody then, you're nobody now, but you're gonna be someone someday. The Beatles were just bugs until they started to sing. Alexander Bell was zero till that ring-a-ding-ding. Keep your feet on the ground while you reach for the stars, and you can make your dreams come true. You was nobody then, you're nobody now, but there ain't nobody like you. So don't get discouraged with where things are at. It takes lots of courage to keep going to bat. Don't listen to the verbiage or the negative chat of dissenting friends and family. It's hard to keep your sanity with so-called supporters like that. They'll say, I remember when you were nobody. Because you were nobody then, and you're nobody now. But tomorrow's a brand new day. Another day to figure out your plan of attack. Put your best foot forward and never look back. Opportunity knocks, you'll want to be there, if only to answer the door. You was nobody then, and you're nobody now, but tomorrow you can settle the score. You was nobody then, and you're nobody now, but tomorrow is what dreams are made for. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Any dream you care to dream will come to you. Thanks for making my